Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be unboxing the HG Iron-Blooded Orphans Gundam Gusion. This is probably one of the oddest looking Gundams we have out there, but as we all know, there really is no technical definition or look for a Gundam. A Gundam can pretty much be anything that Bandai and Sunrise say is a Gundam. So here we have the Gundam Gusion. Really interesting, cool design. It's probably not going to be for everyone, but personally I quite like it, most of it. There's certain aspects of it that I'm not really a big fan of, but I am definitely looking forward to checking out this kit. Here we can see is the very interesting pilot there on the front. Definitely a bad guy. As we are currently in the anime series at the time of filming this, he is still alive, but I have a feeling he's probably not going to be alive for too much longer in the series. Really cool Gundam in the anime. It was cool to see this thing in action, because despite it being so huge and bulky, we saw it just moves around very easily. I believe reading some stuff about it online, it's that they put a ton of extra armor on it, but they also put a ton of extra thrusting power on it. So it's got all this extra power built onto that Gundam frame, so it should be really cool. Speaking of the frame, I know that this HD version does not have the full inner frame, but the 1/100 scale version will have more of that Gundam inner frame, and I think not quite totally like the Barbatos, but a lot of that will be included in the 1/100 scale kit. Personally, I'm really looking forward to the 1/100 scale kit. That's all I can say at this point. I absolutely cannot wait for the 1/100 scale kit. It looks so big and monstrous. The HG is going to be cool as well, I'm sure. So let's get into talking about it. First thing, as always, big thank you to MindFenix Hobby Store for sending me this kit. So grateful to be able to check out all these kits with their support. So please, guys, show your support for them. Let them know how grateful we are for letting me share these kits with you guys. So let's go ahead and get around on the sides of the box. Just for a moment, you guys have already been looking at it for now over 2 minutes, but really cool box art here on the front as well. I'm loving the box art for this series. Here on the sides we can see this is number 8 in the line so far. It's been 8 great kits so far, in my opinion. Here on the side we can see it's got that huge giant hammer. Definitely a really unique weapon in terms of the Gundam series, all the Gundam series. Another cool thing about this kit is that finally we're getting the option of using an open hand. This is the first, I believe, so far. It took 9 kits to get to the open hand, but they finally got one out here. And the articulation is probably not going to be the greatest, but here we can see they are trying to show off a little bit of that in these photos. We are going to have some stickers here, some sticker markings, that weird fork sticker there, something to do with their company, the Brewers, I believe it was. And it does also have this submachine gun, which I also quite like that as well. So, you know, between the hammer and that, it's got some really cool weapons, I think, in my personal opinion. And it does have the ability to store both of those on its back as well. The rifle on the back skirt, the hammer on the back pack, or just the back of the mobile suit. And then here we can see we can also display it with the Monrodi for maximum success there. I do have that kit. We will be reviewing that after this, so look forward to checking that out soon as well. Going on to the other side, of course, we're just going to have a front and back view of the kit all painted up. Really interesting to see this in the anime, that these cannons here on the front are very similar to the Kshatriya's chest cannons, but these, of course, are not going to be beam cannons, but these are just going to be regular physical ammunition sort of cannons. So really cool that they're sticking with that in this anime. I think it'd be really easy for them to just say, oh, okay, well now suddenly we can use beam weapons, but so far they're staying away from any sort of beam weaponry, which is really cool. So there's a little bit more about the pilot and the story, of course, and then the price of 1,200 yen. Now that's another thing really awesome about this kit, because as you can see, it's not a huge box, but it is a little bit thicker box. I think any other line, this would probably be like 1,500, 600, or even 1,800 yen. But it's cool, they've kept the price really low for these kits. 1,200 yen is pretty good. So here we can see is going to be a bunch of that green armor, of course, a few stickers there. We'll take a look at all the runners more closely here in a moment. And the second bag, just some gray parts, a little bit more dark green, some polycaps, and then some more kind of bluish parts for some more frame and joint parts. And that's it. So just 2 bags, not a whole lot of parts, but it is just an HG, of course. Taking a look at the manual, on the top half we've just got that cover art there, again repeated. Bottom half, similar like it was, what was that? The Hyakuren didn't really have a whole lot of information about the pilot. This one's going to be the same. The pilot's information is really quite minimal. And here we have a front and back illustration of the mobile suit. A lot of people have said it looks like a turtle, looks like a frog, a lot of different things. It definitely looks very strange. So it's definitely a very interesting design there. On the back, here's just the same kind of stuff we saw on the outside of the box. Stuff about the accessories, the marking, the articulation, some different action poses there. And then here at the bottom, our color guide for the kit. So almost Zaku-esque colors here. Of course, anything in shades of green is probably going to remind us of Zaku's. Taking a look at our parts list, we can see, of course, we're going to be using all of our parts except for 1, 2, 3, 4 polycaps. And the construction is going to start off with the body, then the head, which should be pretty simple there. Then moving on to the arms, right arm, left arm, putting the upper body together. Then moving on to the right leg, left leg, pretty simple there as well. Then in our color pages, we're going to be assembling the waist section, putting the whole body together, putting it on action base, and then our weapons. Again, going to be very simple here. It looks like 1, 2, 3 parts for the hammer, 2 parts for the assault rifle, and then just mounting that in the hands shouldn't be too difficult there, and then mounting them onto the backpack as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at all the runners. First things first, here is our foil stickers. Now, as we can see, very minimal here on the foil stickers, which is always a good sign. We've got basically our eyes there, that fork sticker there for the front skirt, these black and white triangle shaped pieces, arrow shaped pieces, those are going to be for the shoulders. These 4 gray stickers here, not quite sure where those are going at the minute. I believe those are going on the chest and or backpack around there, but we'll just have to show you that in the review to be sure. And then PC002, our standard HG polycap runner here with the addition of these 2 extra parts here. I believe those are going to be going in the forearm for the hands. If I've used those polycaps before, I believe that's where those are usually going. Runner A is going to be our sort of slightly darker green, very Zaku green color here for the first half of our green armor parts. You can see a very, very big part there for basically the back half of the torso. And these runners are going to be marked with HG1144 Gundam Gusion. So that's it for A1. A2 is going to be in the same colors here for the rest of our green armor. Again, very large piece there for the front half of the torso, front skirts, back skirt, and pieces there for the legs as well. A lot of really large pieces here for this kit. And then runner B, a very packed runner here, is in this sort of very light bluish, grayish color here. There's going to be a lot of our parts for the details, the joints, the hands, parts for the head, the hips, the feet, and all of that. So a lot of stuff here going on the B runner. C runner, on the other hand, is going to be quite small as we've only got 3 little parts here in this darker green color. And then finally, last but not least, runner D is going to be just our parts for the weapons, then the main part for inside the torso, a couple of verniers, and then part for inside the head. So interestingly separated there, and this is in just sort of a standard gray color, so different from the B runner, which was definitely more blue. This is just a kind of regular gray, and that's it. So that's going to be just about it for unboxing this very strange beast of a Gundam. Definitely looking forward to checking this out. Like I said, it'll be really interesting. I'm more so looking forward to the 1/100 scale kit, but this will definitely be enough to sort of catch my interest and keep me interested in the kit until then, because it's not going to be very long until the 1/100 scale version is out. So look forward to the review coming up of this kit very soon, and I will compare it to the Barbatos at that time too, because with this being the second Gundam in the series so far, we should have the Chimaris making an appearance pretty soon, as we've already got the kit of it coming out very, very soon. But so far it hasn't made any appearance in these series yet, so we'll just have to wait and see about that. Otherwise, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you have any other questions or comments, of course, as always, leave those down below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.